Very good morning. Welcome to Erode Sengunthar Engineering College. Under AICTE PRERANA scheme, we are conducting GATE classes and we are equipping the SCSC students for the higher education. And I am Solomon V AnbuchelvaN, Assistant Professor and heading the Department of English in Erode Sengunthar Engineering College. So today we will see subject-verb agreement under the verbal ability category. So it's really important that we should know the agreement between the subject and the verb. So what is the real meaning of agreement? Yes, the subject should agree with the verb either in number or in person, or the subject should agree with the verb by person and by number. So if the subject is singular, the verb should be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb should be plural. So we'll learn to find out which subject is singular and which subject is plural. The key here is to identify whether the given subject is singular or plural. So in order to understand the subject is singular or plural, I'm going to state few rules that will help you to understand whether the subject is singular or plural. So hopefully at the end of the session, and you will be able to identify whether the given subject is singular or plural. And that is 80% we have completed the task, and the remaining 20% is to apply the verb. So if you have identified the given subject is singular, you are going to apply singular verb. If you have identified the given subject is plural, you are going to use plural verb. So we'll see what you mean by the subject-verb agreement and what are the rules that will help you to identify whether the subject is singular or plural. So this is also called subject-verb agreement or Concord. We used to say that Concord. In English, we know that it has three persons: first person, second person, and third person. First person means the speaker, second person means the listener, third person means whom we are talking about. So first person singular is I, plural is we, and then second person singular is you, plural is also you. Third person singular, he, she, it, and plural is they. So singular takes singular verb, plural takes plural verb. So for an example, first person, I like sweets. I is exempted from the rule, so I like. And we like sweets. It's plural. And the second person, you like. And then the second person plural is also you like. Look at the third one. He likes or she likes. But when it comes for plural, it is they like. They like. So singular subject takes singular verb, plural subject takes the plural verb. Two or more nouns joined by nouns take the plural verb. Both Raja and Rani are good at studies. Here Raja and Rani, two words are connected by and, so it takes plural verb are. And two and two make four. two and two make four. So words are connected, joined by and, a plural verb. But when two or more nouns refer to one general thing, the verb singular is used. You cannot separate the two words, but they are connected by and. So we need to use the singular verb. For an example, bread and butter. So you cannot separate that. What people say that bread and butter is a wholesome food. So even though bread and butter looks plural, but it takes singular. You cannot separate bread and butter. Law and order. So is an election issue. So when it looked like law and order, two different words. So but the idea cannot be separated. So we need to use the singular verb is. And time and tide waits for none. Time and tide waits for none. So these are the subject which cannot be separated. So we need to use the singular verb. When two titles, designations are connected by the and used to refer two different persons. When two titles, designations are connected by the and used to refer two different persons. For example, the poet and the philanthropist. So the poet and the philanthropist are two different entities. So it denotes two persons. So the subject is plural. So it takes the plural word. So the poet and the philanthropist are coming for the function. So the poet is different and the philanthropist is different. So two are coming for the function. So that's the meaning of this one. Titles are designations connected by the and used to refer two different persons. They used to refer two different persons. The pattern one of is always followed by a plural noun. The verb agrees with one, not with the plural noun. So one of always followed by a plural noun. One of the teachers, one of the books, one of my friends, one of the exams, one of the theaters. So one of, which is to be followed by a plural noun. But here we need to see only the subject one, not the word, not the noun, teachers or books. So one of the teachers has a good sense of humor. So one of the books is missing. So one of the will always takes a plural noun, but it takes a singular word. So one of my friends is coming to the theater. Now one of the theaters is modernized. Like that. One of means only the singular verb. But when the same phrase, one of, occurs in the middle of the sentence as antecedent and is followed by the relative pronoun like who, that, which, the verb is plural. Look at this example. John is one of the students who are dependable in all circumstances. John is one of the students who are dependable in all circumstances. So one of the phrase has come in the middle of the sentence, so it takes the plural. So John is one of the students who are dependable in all circumstances. When it comes at the beginning of the sentence, it always takes the singular verb. So one of the teachers has, one of the books is missing. Now look at this. John is one of the students who are dependable in all circumstances. So one of comes in the middle of the sentence, it takes the plural. When words are added to a singular subject by, with, together with, along with, in addition to, as well as, besides. Let me repeat it. Words are added to a singular subject with, together with, along with, in addition to, as well as, besides. The verb is singular. So the file, with all the papers. When we look at the sentence, with all the papers, we think that papers is plural, so we need to use plural. No. Here, the file is the subject. The file is a singular subject. And if we add words along with, together with, in addition to, as well as, along with a singular word, it takes only the singular verb. The file with all the papers is missing. The file with all the papers is missing. The original subject here is the file. But if commas are omitted in the written English, the subject is treated as plural and plural verb is used. The dog along with its master are going for that walk. In the previous slide, we have seen the file with all the papers separated by commas. If the comma is removed in written English, then the subject takes the plural verb. The dog along with its master, it denotes two, so it requires a plural verb. So the plural verb are going is used in this sentence. When two or more noun pronouns in the singular are connected by are, nor, either or, neither nor, the verb is singular. When two or more nouns are connected by are, nor, either or, neither nor, the verb is singular. Neither Rosie nor her friend has come. Either Ravi or Babu is playing in the ground. So if we use are, nor, either or, neither nor, always it takes singular. But if the subject near the verb is plural, then the plural verb is used. Look at that. If the subject near the verb is plural, so then the plural verb is used. So the verb is used based on the preceding word. The preceding word is a plural, then you can use the plural verb. If it is a singular, you need to use the singular verb. Look at this sentence. Either Ramu or his friends. So his friends is plural, so we need to use the plural verb. So either Ramu or his friends have the book. If you say either Ramu or his friend alone, that means one. So his friend has the book. So we need to supply the verb based on the subject. So if it is singular, singular verb, plural, you can use the plural verb. And are, nor, either or, neither nor joins different persons, the verb agrees with the nearest subject. If it is not connected with the equal subject and with different persons, So we need to use the verb based on the nearest subject. Either he or you are lying. Here you is plural, so the verb are is used. So neither they or she is going to the movie. Look at this sentence. Neither they or she is singular, so we use the verb is. So based on the nearest subject, are, nor, either are, neither are, words which are joined, connected by that, they'll take the verb based on the nearest subject. If the subject is singular, it takes singular verb. If the nearest subject is plural, it takes the plural verb. The indefinite pronouns, each, every, each one, everybody, anybody, either, neither, no one, nobody, take the singular verb. So indefinite pronouns takes the singular verb. Each of the books is worth reading. Neither of the answers is correct. So the subject here are indefinite pronouns, so the verb is always singular. Further, I've given you this table for you to remember it very easily. Most indefinite pronouns take singular verbs, like one, someone, anyone, no one, everyone. So somebody, anybody, nobody, everybody. Something, anything, nothing, everything. If these words comes as a subject, it always takes the singular verb. So keep it in your mind. Okay, everybody. Don't think that everybody, as everybody is a singular. Everything, singular. Okay, so keep it in your mind. If indefinite pronoun comes as a subject, use singular verb. Certain nouns, though singular in form, are considered as plural and take the plural verb. So certain nouns, they look like singular in the form, but they are always considered as plural and they take the plural verb. That's the rule. So look at the word the cattle, but it looks like singular without es or es, as we know that a plural form of a particular noun is adding s or es. Yes. Okay. The cattle are grazing in the field. The police were forced to act. Though singular in form, so they considered as plural. So it takes the plural verb. There are several nouns plural in the form, but singular in meaning and take the singular verb. We look at the word physics, engineers. It looks that the particular word is a plural, but it is a subject, it is singular, and physics is an interesting subject. Politics is a dirty game. So it looks like plural, but it is really singular, so it takes the singular verb. There are a number of words like that. No singular counterpart are nearly always used with plural verbs. Riches, grits, eyeglasses, manners, wages, players, whereabouts, jeans, binoculars, tweezers, people, scissors, tidings, trousers, minutes, tides, and clocks. Plural forms always used with plural. Then collective nouns take the singular or plural verb based on the context. When the noun is taken as a group or collection, it takes the singular verb. If it is taken as two different entities, use as a plural. Collective noun. So we know that noun, a proper noun, common noun, collective noun, material noun, abstract noun, like that. It's a collective noun. Group of, okay, committee is a collective noun. A class is a collective noun. A committee has been set up to drop into the incident. So the committee here in this context is singular, so it takes the singular verb. The class is going for an industrial visit. One unit, as a one unit, the class is going for an industrial visit, so that we use the singular verb. At the same time, the plural verb when each member is considered as an individual. So even in the collective noun, each member is considered as an individual, then we can use plural verb, so that English is always a funny language, right? Collective nouns used, then we need to use the singular verb based on the context. So if you take each member is different, then you can use plural. The committee believe in stringent action. So the committee, in the sense, more than 2 or 3 persons joined together make a committee. So each one is an individual, and you are counting that individual. So here plural verb is used. The committee believe in stringent action. The audience, each one as an individual entity, it is taken here. So the audience were delighted in the performance of the actor. So committee, an audience, collective nouns, but in here in this context, and it's used as a plural, so it takes the plural verb. Almost the same principle applies to the class nouns. Some of, most of, a lot of, a great deal of, plenty of, lots of, 1/3 of. And these take the plural verb when they refer to a number. Class noun, when they refer to a number, it takes a plural verb. An example, some of the boys denotes the number. Boys are very brilliant. So here we used the verb are. Plenty of roses. Roses denote the number. So we use the plural verb are. Plenty of roses are available. So class nouns, if they denote a number, if they refer a number, we need to use the plural verb. The same nouns take the singular verb when they refer to a quantity. So when it refers to a number, if it's how many, we can use are. If it is how much, then we can use is. We can use singular verb. 1/3 of the land is still fertile. Plenty of water, uncountable now. Plenty of water is available. If it denotes a number, how many? Yes, it takes plural. If it denotes how much, quantity, and it takes singular verb. So the majority of can be used only for number. So the verb is always plural. So the majority of students, the majority of can be used only for numbers. So it should not be used for quantity. So the majority of students are hardworking. The majority of us have attended this seminar. So the majority of, so always follows a number, so we need to use the plural verb. Class nouns such as furniture, stationery, food cutlery, footwear, information, equipment are considered as singular class nouns. The cutlery in the cupboard is elegant. Is the factory with modern equipment is for sale. Equipment is for sale. Okay, so class noun. So it takes singular verb. Many a and more than one are followed by a singular noun and takes the singular verb. Many a and more than one are followed by a singular noun and takes the singular verb. Many a book is interesting. More than one candidate was absent in the meeting. So many a followed by a singular. More than one followed by a singular. So many a book. More than one candidate. So it always takes the singular verb. But many and more used alone refer to number and so take the plural verb. Many students. If we use many, then we need to use student. If you use many alone, then it takes always the plural number. So many students, more volunteers. So many students were present at the function. More volunteers are needed. Cure the people. So many and more used alone refer to number and so take the plural. A great many also takes the plural verb. A great many also takes the plural verb. A great many food items lie unused. A great many food items lie unused. And a great many takes a plural verb. Phrases beginning with a term of, a chain of, a flock of, a bouquet of, a crowd of, a series of, a set of. Check the singular verb, though the word after them is plural. It's very clear. The rule is very, very clear. Beginning with a term, a chain of, flock of, a bouquet of, crowd of, a series of, a set of. Take the singular verb. Though the word after the phrase is plural, it takes a singular verb. That's the meaning. Look at the example. A series of cereals. Cereals denotes plural. But it is started with the phrase a series of. A series of cereals is telecast every day. If you would like to use telecasted, yes, you can use that. A series of cereals is telecast every day. A regiment of soldiers is deployed for election duty. A crowd of monks has assembled near the stadium. So the phrases, a term of, a chain of, a flock of, a crowd of, a series of, takes the singular verb. The sentence begins with the number of. The verb is plural. Look at this rule. Sentence begins with a number of, the verb is plural. Whereas if the sentence begins with the number of, the verb is singular. A number takes plural verb, the number takes a singular verb. A number of students are playing in the ground. A number of means many. The number of students good at sports is very few. So here the number denotes the singular. So a number means it, yes, many. Here it's a meaning. The number denotes singular. A number of denotes plural. And it's your final rule. Remember, only the subject affects the verb. Only the subject influences the verb. If the subject is singular, the verb is singular. If the subject is plural, then the verb is plural. So that it is mentioned that subject affects and subject influences to use the appropriate verb. So when you will write for the GATE exam, at the very beginning you can find these questions in the question paper. So it is you to identify whether the given subject is singular or plural. If you have identified the subject is singular or plural, then it is easy to supply appropriate verb. And this SVA, subject-verb agreement, is mainly used to identify the error spotting exercises. Really. Still, for all competitive exams, even for IAS exam, the main also, this type of question is being asked every year. And the Concord or the subject-verb agreement is being tested. And it tests the students whether they have understood, whether they have the knowledge about the application of the subject and the verb. So I request you to go through the sentence first and identify whether the given subject is singular or plural. Then you can easily solve the puzzle. Okay, shall we do some exercise? Yes, I have some exercise for you. I have brought down only the exercise. I'll tell you the answer when we'll discuss that. Yeah. Annie and her brothers. And is used, and brothers connected by two, is or at school. And which verb is suitable here? Annie and her brothers are at school. Either my mother or my father is coming to the meeting. The dog or the cats. So connected by or, look at the nearby subject, are outside. So the dog or the cats are outside. Look at this one. Either my shoes or your coat. Either or. Look at the rule. Either or. And always on the floor. And preceding subject, your coat. Yes, either my shoes or your coat is always on the floor. Balu and Ravi. Very obvious, two entities, automatically plural. Balu and Ravi don't want to see that movie. Now look at that one. Jaws, singular. So it takes a singular verb. Jaws doesn't know the answer. He doesn't know the answer. One of my sisters going on a trip to France. One of my sisters. So one of the phrases used, so we need to use is. One of my sisters is going on a trip to France. The man with all the birds that's on my street. Look at this sentence carefully. It is written here, and here the commas are omitted, and it is connected with the man with all the birds. The file along with all the papers. I believe I have recollected that to you. So here the comma is missing. The man with all the birds, and automatically take the plural. So the man with all the birds live on my street. The movie, including all the previews, takes about 2 hours to watch. Including all the previews, takes about 2 hours to watch. The players as well as the captain. The players as well as the captain. Connected by as well as, players as well as, commas used. So it takes the singular verb. The player as well as the captain wants to win. Either answer is acceptable. Either answer is acceptable. Every one of those books, everyone is fiction. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows the trouble. The news on at 5 or at 6. News. It is the news on at 5 or 6. Mathematics is John's favorite subject, while civics is Andrea's favorite subject. Both denote the subject, so singular verbs are used. $8, wholesome money, so you can take it as a singular subject. So $8 is the price of the movie these days. 1,000 rupees, one entity. Yes, you can use singular. Are the tweezers in this drawer? Yeah. Your pants is at the cleaners. There was or were 15 candies in that bag. 15. There were 15 candies in that bag. Now there is or only one left. Now there is only one left. The committee, you can use both answer, but in the exams they will not ask you like this. A committee, you can take it as a whole or you can take it as individual entity. You can use either singular or plural based on the context. So the committee debates this question carefully. The committee lead very different lives in private. So that's maybe the first one is the suitable there. And then look at the second one. The committee lead very different lives in private. So here it denotes individual. There it denotes collectively as one. So 21, the committee lead very different lives in private. They live very differently in private. So the meaning, the committee lead very different lives in private. Remember one thing that. So subject is singular, verb is singular, subject is plural, verb is plural. Whenever the subject-verb agreement comes, when you notice, when you want to answer it, identify the subject. That's the real key to break through this. Okay, so keep all those things in your mind, and I'm sure that definitely it'll helpful to you to answer all the questions related with subject verb agreement, and I'm sure you will get good marks in verbal ability. So you can use this video, and if time permits you can watch it again and keep the rules in your mind, and it will be really helpful for you. You can also add one or two examples towards that. Okay, so we are really thankful and for getting this project, so that we got the opportunity to deliver a video lecture to our students under the AICTE PRERANA scheme. And we are really happy, and we are highly grateful to the government of India for giving the sponsor to us to do this project in our college. Okay, guys, I believe it is a useful session to you, and thank you. And I wish you all have a great time.